The following is a special presentation of Retro Sports Network and HockeyTournaments.com. The drive to the playoffs on Retro Sports Network, Week 16, is presented by HockeyTournaments.com. If you are an adult looking to play in a hockey tournament in North America, or if you are a tournament organizer and are looking for players and teams to find your tournament, well then, HockeyTournaments.com, I should write this at some point, HockeyTournaments.com is where you should go to match tournaments and teams. That's HockeyTournaments.com, the exclusive presenter of the drive to the playoffs, and the Pro Bowl on Retro Sports Network. And hi there, my name is Ron Juckett, and we have another hopeful dandy for you. We have this evening what was supposed to be a noontime game today, but Comcast decided it wasn't going to let you do this. It was having some issues here in the Burlington area, and although you can stream on Wi-Fi every once in a while, it's not the most reliable thing in the world. And so instead, we got to push to tonight, and I got a napping and all that. So it's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Seattle Seahawks. If the Chiefs win, they go to 11-5. They might win the AFC Western Division, especially if Pittsburgh beats Denver. But if Denver beats Pittsburgh, in a game that you probably won't see here streamed, Denver will win the AFC West. A Kansas City win against the 3-12 Seahawks guarantees a playoff spot. Miami can't catch, and the AFC will be settled with the exception of some playoff spots. The good news, if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan watching this from 1978, and by the way, they are favored by 5, is that Mike Livingston is back in the saddle for Kansas City. Seattle 3-12 on the year. Kansas City, by the way, has won the toss, which was Kansas City's record coming into pretty much the last month of the couple weeks of the season. The Chiefs in real life finished 4-12. They can do no worse than 10-6 and hope that New England takes care of business and beats Miami. So, yep, you see it on the screen. Mike Livingston is back, and the Tony Adams experiment is over. Jim Zorn is the quarterback. How you doing, OG, for Seattle? Such a disappointing year for them. Marv Levy's first year. And if things go right over the next 60 minutes, Kansas City's playoff bound. And so they will return the kick. Eddie Payton, the deep man, he's in the white jersey with the blue helmet. With the red helmet. In no universe have the Kansas City Chiefs ever worn blue and the cherry red pants. Belton and Marshall are the up men, and this will be taken 6 yards deep. So Efren Herrera starts this with a touchback, and then that's how this one starts. So Mike Livingston, the starting quarterback, and boy, did the Kansas City Chiefs miss him last week. The Denver Broncos, however, have built a statue for Tony Adams. Arnold McGardo is the second running back, and Tony Reed is the starting tailback. The line for Kansas City, Matt Herkenhoff, who is normally a good blocker, but it was his bad play that allowed Tom Jackson to tackle Tony Reed in the end zone for a safety, which made this game relevant. Tom Condon is your left guard. Jack Rudnay is your center. Bob Simmons, the right guard, and Jim Nicholson, the right tackle. Henry Marshall is their left side receiver to the far part of the screen. Walter White is the tight end, and Larry Dorsey, who's filling in for an injured player, is the near side wide receiver. 1st and 10 for Livingston. Off tackle right for Tony Reed. From the 20, gets it across the 25. Harris makes the tackle after a gain of 5. That's what Kansas City wants to do. They ran it for nearly 200 yards against Denver, And if they're going to win today, they pretty much have to do the same thing. Let's meet the Seattle defense. I expected Seattle to be on this replay 2 or 3 times, but their record just wasn't very good. Left defensive end is Ernie Price. The Seahawks play a 4-3. Dennis Boyd, your left defensive tackle. Steve Niehaus, I wonder if that's in any relation to Dave, is the right defensive tackle. And Bill Gregory is your right defensive end. The linebacker, Sammy Green, is the left outside linebacker. Terry Beeson is your middle linebacker. And Keith Butler is your right outside linebacker. Cornell Webster is your left corner. Dave Brown is your right corner. John Harris, the strong safety, or the free safety rather. And Autry Beeman is your strong safety. 2nd and 5. Morgado on a trap to the right from the Kansas City 25. He gets a bit of a block. Niehaus makes a tackle for a gain of 4. 3rd and 1 for Kansas City. Seattle in their silver helmets with the green and blue stripes along the side with the Seahawk face right in the middle. And their blue jerseys, and I believe they had silver pants in 78. Tony Reed trap left, 3rd and 1 from the 29. He's got a first down across the 30 before Beeson makes a stop at the 31. And so the Chiefs convert. Reed 2 carries for 7 yards. It'll be Marshall on a medium slant. Livingston, his first throw, he throws it over the middle. Marshall has it first down across the 40. And Brown knocks it loose, and Morgado recovers it. So it's a gain of 14. Dave Brown forced the fumble, but Anthony Morgado, in his wisdom, fell right on it. And it's 1st and 10 for the Chiefs from their own 45. Not the start the Chiefs really wanted. Morgado goes off tackle right from the 45. Doesn't get much help. Niehaus will tackle him at the 47. Seahawks playing for the run. Tony Reed was the key. And they blitzed. 2nd down and 8 for Kansas City. 12:09 clock running, first quarter. Kansas City is in the playoffs with a win. But unlike yesterday's game between the Giants and the Eagles, Kansas City's not quite out with a loss. It depends on what happens between Denver and Pittsburgh and New England and Miami. Reed. Yep, pitch to the near side, pitch on the right. Gets across midfield, first down, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20 to the 15-yard line before Green makes the pancake tackle. Butler, Brown, and Beeman all either had him wrapped up or just failed to make the tackle. Give Jim Nicholson, the right tackle, a big credit, and that's a gain of 37. 1st and 10 from the Seattle 16. Opening drive of the game. No score. Marshall. Short hitch on first down. Livingston, under pressure, rolls to his right. He looks, he throws across to Morgado. Has it inside the 10, caught it about the 12. And he'll be the 14, and he'll be tackled at the 9 for a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3 for Kansas City. And a very good opening series for the Chiefs on a game that they really can make everyone's lives easier if they just win. I see Devin OG is listening in the chat. He just played his 10th episode of Stellaris, the expansion from Paradox Games. Caught some of that today. He realized that he can, if you can put trading ports on all the planets. So catch the OG's channel for that action. And Dave Gardner's rooting for the Seahawks. I don't know. This is the first time I've seen them. I don't know why they went 3-12. This would be the team. This was kind of the darling team along with San Diego. Morgado on a trap right from the 9. And he gets to the 5 and the touchdown. So Morgado scores, and the Chiefs find the scoreboard, and they're going to find it a bit easier today with at least Livingston as quarterback. So a 9-yard run, Bob Simmons rips open the hole, and Kansas City goes up 6-0. 8 plays, 80 yards, and as Ralphie Boy, who's a regular of this channel, will tell you, that's not easy. Stenerud with the extra point, and it's right down Broadway. So with 9:44 to go in the first quarter, it's Kansas City 7, Seattle nothing. And it'll be Crawford, the deep man for Seattle, with Hunter and Ferguson, not Ferguson, the upmen. They stand on their 15. Crawford is on his 8. Stenerud gets it away, and it will be taken at the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Bergmeyer makes a tackle at the 32. It's a gain of 27. So that's Rufus Crawford on the return. And for the first and only time in this replay, let's meet the Seattle Seahawks. Jim Zorn is the quarterback. Smart people will not mention his time as head coach of the Washington Redskins. Sherman Smith is one running back. He is the lead back. Al Hunter is the second back. These two will get about 20 carries between the pair. Sam McCullum is the topside receiver. He's the primary target on the right. And yep, the Hall of Famer Steve Largent, he's already at 10 early on in his career, is the left side receiver. The tight end is Ron Howard. Used to play for the Dallas Cowboys, and I do not believe was the star of the great drive-in thriller Eat My Dust. The line for Seattle from left to right. Left tackle is Steve August. It's a pretty good offensive line. Tom Lynch is the left guard. John Yarno is the center. Bob Newton, the right guard. And Nick Bebout is the right tackle. So Sherman Smith will take one off tackle left. Nope. Screenplay to Smith. Zorn is blitzed. He's going high. Fantomatic. The throw is caught across the line of scrimmage. Rosenbeck with the tackle after a gain of 3, and Parrish is hobbling off. And his return is probable. So let's meet the Kansas City defense. They play a 3-4. Art Still, who made a big play early in the Denver game, he forced a fumble, is the left defensive end. Jeff Lloyd is the mid defensive tackle. And Sylvester Hicks is the right defensive end. Tom Howard is the left outside linebacker. Dave Rosenbeck is the middle linebacker. Gary Spanny is the other inside linebacker. And Whitney Paul is the right outside linebacker. Tim Collier is the left corner. Gary Green is a good right corner. He's up against Largent today. Gary Barbaro is the strong safety. And Tim Gray is the free safety. 2nd down and 7 after the screenplay. And again, off tackle left is Sherman Smith. He goes to the near side across the 35. Whitney Paul makes a tackle after a gain of 2, and it's 3rd down and 5 for Jim Zorn's Seahawks. So a medium slant to Largent is the call. Zorn back to throw it. He waits. He looks around. He dumps it down to Hunter, the other running back, and he reaches for the marker, and he's got it. Spanning with a tackle. It's a gain of 5. They doubled Largent. 1st and 10 for Seattle, and there was a discarded flag on the play. So clock running almost halfway through the first quarter, and the Chiefs lead 7-0. Hunter will get one off tackle right. First carry for him in the game, and he gets across the 45 in midfield. Paul with a tackle after a gain of 12. So 1st and 10 for the Seahawks from the Kansas City 46. They seem to be moving it quite well. Sherman Smith with a pitch to the near side from the Kansas City 46. He gets across the 45 before Sylvester Hicks knocks him out at the 43. And the clock is stopped with 7:04 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Chiefs. If you just joined us, Kansas City is a playoff team with a win. The graphics card, I think it's getting hot. It is warm in here. Let's turn the fan on. Okay, so 2nd and 7. And they look at Al Hunter again. And he'll go on a dive from the 43. He gets about to the line of scrimmage, still knocks him down after a gain of 2. Kansas City played for a basic, but they watched for the run, and they got it. So it's 3rd down and 5 for Jim Zorn. He looks at Largent, and they call a medium hitch. Zorn looking. He has time. He looks around, and he finds Smith. They cover Largent again, and Seattle is forced to punt from the Kansas City 41. So the Chiefs played a nickel, and they shifted the line to the left, but Largent couldn't get open. And so Herman Weaver is going to punt this one to the sideline. His normal average is 40, but they don't want the touchback if they can help it. So the punt is, well, he kind of hit it straight. Eddie Payton goes back. He's going to, and this one rolls dead at the 7. There's a flag that's picked up, and that's a good punt. Chiefs start from their own 7-yard line. 6:06 to go, opening quarter. Kansas City 7, Seattle nothing. Now, I take it that Mr. Gardner is a rather huge Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan, and he would be able to tell you, if he's old enough to remember, that in 1976, Tampa Bay was an AFC team, and Seattle was an NFC team. They were an NFC West team. The next year, they flipped. I believe that was the plan all along, and Seattle, what your younger folks will forget, was an AFC team for a long time, and Tampa has been in the NFC ever since. Tony Reed, off tackle right from the 7. He gets a block across the 10 before Price can knock him down after a gain of 5. Ernie Price's first tackle, and Reed has 4 carries for 49 yards. We are indoors at the Kingdome. This is Seattle's 3rd season in the National Football League, and they share the place with the Seattle Mariners, who by this point had forgotten they had played their 2nd year. Let's see. Cross to Dorsey? Nope. Screen to Morgado. Livingston picks up the blitz, gets it to Morgado about the 7, to the 10, 15, 1st down, 20, 25. Butler, after a gain of 14, makes the tackle, and Livingston is nailed. He is slow to get up. He will stay in the game. I mean, the last thing Kansas City wants is a return of Tony Adams. But Livingston doesn't really know right now if he's in Seattle or in South Korea with the MASH 4077. Reed off tackle right from the 26, and he stopped right there. Price had it. Now Gregory for Seattle's hurt, but he's going to stay in the game. Good for Seattle to do what they can to play this as honest as up front, because they are done. They are 3-12. A loss makes them 3-13, and they'll be home for the holidays. So 2nd and 10. Livingston looks for White on a short slant. Seattle blitzes. Livingston throws it. White has it across the 30, but he won't get the 1st down. That's a gain of 6. Autry Beeman with the stop. And so it'll be 3rd and 4 at the Kansas City 32. Clock running. They look at Reed, and Reed says, sweep it right. And so that's what they do. To the near side. He gets the 1st down. Yeah, he should. Yep, they'll measure it, and he does. John Harris with a tackle, and that's 6 carries for 53 yards in the first quarter. Under 3 minutes to go. Morgado. Trap right from the Kansas City 36. He gets to the line of scrimmage before Sammy Green knocks him down. And Tony Reed will come out for Ted McKnight. So McKnight and Morgado are in the backfield. 2nd and 10. Just about 2 minutes to go. Kansas City and Seattle. Kansas City, a playoff team with a win. McKnight on the off tackle right. Well, Livingston saw something he didn't like, and so he called time. So with 1:57 to go in the first, we have a timeout with the score. Kansas City 7, Seattle nothing. This is the drive to the playoffs. Week 16 on Retro Sports Network, presented by HockeyTournaments.com. So 2nd and 10. And McKnight on a pitch to the far side from the 36. He gets across the 40, almost to the 44. Boyd will knock him out after a gain of 7. 3rd and 3. So the Chiefs 11 carries for 75 yards, and that averages 6.8 a shot. That makes it, because they can run so well, they're like the Patriots in that respect. They're going to be dangerous if they do get in. They're running on 3rd and 3. Trap right for Morgado is the call, and Seattle will make the stop. Niehaus with a tackle. It's a 1-yard loss. So with 1:39 the clock running, Kansas City will punt for the first time. Morgado 5 carries for 14 yards. So Zenon Andrewsisen punts to Crawford, the return man for Seattle. Andrewsisen stands on his 27. And Seattle will field this about the 12. Actually, it'll be down right there. Rolls dead at the 11-yard line. And that's where the Seahawks start this one with a $1.02 to go in the first. It's Kansas City 7, Seattle nothing. So they look at Sam McCullum on first down, the receiver. And Zorn's going to throw a medium slant pass from the 11-yard line. He waits. He finds McCullum at the 25, 30. First down, obviously. Spanny with a tackle at the 35, a gain of 24. So the Seahawks are going to be happy with that. Hunter. Trap left from the 35. Gets it to the 36. Rosemick with a tackle. They'll give him forward progress and say he was hit at the 37. And after one, it's Kansas City 7, Seattle nothing. The lone touchdown of the quarter came on an Anthony Morgado 9-yard run after the Ralphie Boy 8-play 80-yard drive. So Kansas City 12 rushes for 74. And Livingston, oh boy, didn't they miss him last week? 4 for 4 for 41 yards. Zorn 3 for 4 for 32. And Kansas City held it for 10 minutes and 20 seconds. Al joins us. How you doing, Al? As he wishes everyone hello. Al's been doing some nighttime talk shows. I caught the last couple nights before I fell asleep. Al did a nice tribute to Penny Marshall last night, director of such movies such as Big and A League of Their Own and Awakenings. And, of course, doing his own retro 1980 one-and-done tournament using Action PC Football. So Sherman Smith, as we start the second quarter, off tackle left, 2nd and 8 from the Seattle 37, and he gets to about the line and maybe a couple more. They'll give him 2 as Jeff Lloyd makes the tackle. And it's 3rd and 6. So this time we look at Ron Howard on a short cross from Zorn. Kansas City blitzes. Zorn has time. Howard has it. First down, midfield. Thomas makes the tackle. It's a gain of 12.
Offsides, defense.
And it's a free play as the other Howard is offside. So Seattle will decline it. The clock is stopped with 14:10, and the Seahawks have a fresh set of downs. I have no idea. Awakenings, yeah. I have no idea just by looking at this Seattle team in this first quarter how they finished 3-12. Sherman Smith will sweep it to the right from the Kansas City 49. Gets across to the line of scrimmage. The Nard still knocks him right there at the line. Second down. So they're having a hard time running the football. Yeah, Awakenings. And that, to get off on that tangent for a second, I would never have thought that was a Penny Marshall movie. That wasn't a funny movie. Zorn looks at Largent on a medium hitch on 2nd and 10. He's going to get flushed out of the pocket, and Rosemick makes the sack. It's a loss of 6. And it's 3rd and 16 for Seattle from their own 45. So Raible, R-A-I-B-L-E, is the third receiver. And he's down at the near sideline with Largent. They need 16. Medium slant to Raible is the call. Zorn back to throw. He's going to run. He gets across midfield. Collier makes the tackle after a gain of 10. And that's Ron Howard, the tight end that for Seattle you see. And he's out. All right, bud. We'll see you in a minute. So Al's going to miss Herman Weaver's second punt, and he'll give this one a boot. Eddie Payton back to return it. Weaver stands on his own 40. And Kansas City's going to return this. Because it's Eddie Payton, and he's pretty good. Payton looking, will get it at the 14. To the 20, there's a flag down. It's a return of 6.
Receiving team.
And of course it's a hold. It's on Art still. So Howard is available for Seattle. And Kansas City starts from their own 8. 7-0 Chiefs, 12:36 first half. The lone winning in game for the AFC this week. Kansas City wins, they're in. McKnight will sweep it to the right from the 8-yard line. It gets across the 10 to the 15 before Sammy Green can knock him down, a gain of 7. So a good play by McKnight, and Arnold Morgado, the fullback, ripped open the hole. So the Chiefs are going to control it if they can keep getting 5-6 yards at a time. In this case, 7. 2nd and 3. Off tackle left for Morgado from the 15. He's going to reach for a first down. He's got a first down. He gets 3. Dennis Boyd with the tackle right at the line. Now that's funny. That's a second tackle. No relation to the Dennis Boyd that some of us in New England grew up with. So 1st and 10 for the Chiefs from their own 18. They lead it 7-0. McKnight off tackle left from the 18. He gets to the 20 before Boyd makes a stop. So McKnight got loose. Boyd had him and lost him and then reached around and grabbed him by the ankle. So 2nd and 8 for the Chiefs from their own 20. 11-10 clock running. Reed will come back in. And he's going to get a short one in the flat from Livingston. To the near side. He throws. Reed has it. 20, 25, first down 30, 35. Brown with a stop at the 36-yard line. Dave Brown with a tackle. And Reed with a 16-yard catch. And so Livingston is 5 for 5. Reed couldn't catch a bus in Denver. Now he's going to get one off tackle left. Kansas City keeping it on the ground from the 36. He gets to the 40. Gregory with a tackle at the 41. It's a gain of 5. Price had him wrapped up behind the line, and Reed broke away. 2nd and 5. Chiefs a 5-point favorite. Morgado. Sweep right on 2nd and 5 from the Kansas City 41 to the sidelines, and he gets a couple or one before Dave Brown shoved him out. So it's 3rd and 4 for the Chiefs from their own 42. And Morgado will get one on the far side on a short flat. Livingston throws, and Morgado dropped it. He was hit by Butler. The Seahawks were playing for the short flat pass. That was going to be a tough one anyway. But Morgado drops it, and Andrusheisen is back out to punt. So Andrusheisen stands on his own 27. Crawford stands on his 13 and is going to return this. I'm not sure that's the right play. We'll see. He drifts back inside his 10 to the 8. 15, 20. So, yeah, I guess that was the right call. It's 11-yard return. Barbaro with a tackle and a 50-yard punt. So a 9:34 to go in the first half. It's Kansas City 7, Seattle nothing. So Sherman Smith on an off tackle left. From the 19, across the 20, 25, close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Rosemick with a stop. So Sherman Smith, 5 carries for 16 yards, and Rosemick has 4 tackles. So Hunter on a dive. On 2nd and 1 from the 28, and he's got it, and into the secondary. He crosses the 35, and Art still hits him at the 38. That's a gain of 10, and a fresh set for Seattle from their own 38. Don Testerman's going to come in. And Testerman will do a trap right, but the audible's there. Zorn calls for a screen to Smith. Smith goes to the far side. Zorn throws. Smith has it at the 32. Gets across the line, 45, 50. First down, 45. Flag is down. Barbaro make the tackle at the 40.
Number 37, 15-yard
and
penalty.
Collier, with a late hit, adds 15 to the play. So the screen itself was for 22, and the penalty will give him 15 more. And so that's a 37-yard play. And with 7:40 to go, Seattle has it 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 25. Kansas City had sent the kitchen sink. That was absolutely the right call. They blitzed 4 and doubled Largent. And so it's a long slant to Largent from Zorn. Has time. He waits. He looks. He throws. Deflected by Gray. He overthrew Largent. Seattle was greedy. They wanted the touchdown. And he overthrew Largent. So 7:33 to go first half. Smith. Trap right from the 25. And Kansas City wraps him up behind the line. Gray is hurt for Kansas City, and he's done. But Sherman Smith is held to a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 11 for the Chiefs. Rabel, the third receiver, down with Largent on the near side. McCullum by himself, Peter Brady on the far side. And it's going to be a short slant to McCullum. McCullum crosses in the middle. Zorn rolls to his right. He looks down to Rabel, who's got it at the sideline for a gain of 3. So he just threw it underneath an answered prayer for Jim Zorn, and Efren Herrera is going to come out for a field goal. Clock running, under 7 minutes to go. This would be from 40 yards and a 59% chance of a field goal. Weaver, the holder, and Yarno, the center. From 40. Kick drifting left and misses left. So 6:38 to go in the half. Seattle misses the field goal, and Kansas City still leads us 7-0. 1st and 10. Medium hitch to Henry Marshall. Livingston under pressure. Finds Marshall in a hurry. First down, 35. And Brown stops him at the 38 for a gain of 15. So Livingston is 6 of 7 for 72 yards. Tony Reed on a pitch to the right side from the 38. Waits for the block. Gets to the sideline. Across the 45. Price shoves him out of bounds after a gain of 8. And it's 2nd and 2. The Chiefs now have 100 yards on 18 carries. Reed has 8 of those for 66. Morgado trap right. And he's got a first down, and he gets it to midfield. A gain of 4. So right on the ear hole, part of the helmet for Seattle. Kansas City in their white with the red cherry red helmet and pants going left to right. Seattle in their silver helmets with blue jerseys and silver pants and silver numbers. No, they had white numbers, I think, then. Are going from right to left. Their defense is trying to hold the line. The Seahawks painted in both the end zones on this nice AstroTurf. Trying for a quick kick. Sure, Dave. So why are you rooting for Seattle? Just out of curiosity. Drop right to Morgado from midfield. And 45-40, he's got the first down and more. In that secondary, he's tackled at the 35. A gain of 15. Seattle's missing more tackles than anything. Gregory had him for a 2-yard gain, and he slipped away. It's like Kansas City's wearing butter. I figured that's what it was. It was an expansion team then. Matt Herkenhoff, by the way, makes the big hole. Yeah. You must have went away, because I think I happened to mention that story a few minutes ago. So 1st and 10 for Seattle. But that makes sense. From the 35, you must have been the right age. First expansion teams I remember were in baseball, and one of them involved the Mariners, that group in 77, Toronto and Seattle. But remember, Seattle found success within a couple years, and Tampa Bay made it all the way to the NFC Championship game in 79. Dorsey on a medium slant. 1st and 10. Nope, we're going to get a blitz. And a screen pass to Reed. And Seattle, despite the fact that they had Kansas City guessing, called timeout. And they had Reed covered. Okay. Once again, medium slant to Dorsey. 1st and 10 from the Seahawks 35. Livingston to throw. He's going to scramble instead. It gets it across the 30 and gets a first down. A gain of 11. Livingston really can't run, but Walter White, the tight end, is the one that opened up the hole. Livingston didn't have anybody open, so he tucked tail, and it's 1st and 10 from the 24. Morgado. Trap right from the 24. He gets across the line to the 20-yard line before Niehaus makes the stop at the 20. 2nd and 6, and now if you see Kansas City, they ran it nearly 50 times against Denver for 200 yards, or 40 times. Today, 22 for 134. They are just a ground machine. 2nd and 6. Reed. They're going to go on the dive. He's going to plug up the middle from the 20, and he gets nothing. And Niehaus, who made the tackle, is hurt, and his return is doubtful. So the clock stops. 3:22 to go in the first half. 3rd and 6 for Stenerud, who's got to be happier than anything to be inside on turf. He has a 66% chance from here. White. Medium slant is the call. Livingston back to throw. Has time. He looks. He tries for Morgado, and Butler hit him again, and that's the second drop for Morgado. So Marv Levy just kind of shakes his head. These are the same mistakes that hurt them against Denver. So Stenerud comes out. He's got a 65.7% chance of making this from 37 yards. Livingston, the quarterback, will hold. Rudney, the center, will snap. Stenerud gets it away, drifting left and missing left. It's Ane is the long snapper. Doesn't matter what it was, Stenerud missed it. And so with 3:15 to go in the half, it's Kansas City 7, Seattle nothing. So Jim Zorn comes back out, 3:15 to go. He looks at his tight end, Ron Howard, and says, "What do you want, buddy?" And they're going to do a medium hitch on 1st and 10. Zorn back to throw it. He does, and Howard has it for a first down. He caught it at the 32, and Barbaro knocks him down to the 37. So give him 17, give the Seahawks a first down at the 37-yard line. 1st and 10, under 3 minutes. Smith on a sweep to the near side. There's a flag down. He gets across the 40, 45, first down across midfield, and tackled at the Kansas City 45 by Rosamond.
Number 74, 5-yard
The flag was encroachment against Kansas City, so it will be declined. And Seattle's cooking with gas. They actually get the clock to stop with 2:20 to go. So Steve August, the left tackle, makes the big hole, and it paid off as a team, they've run it 12 times for 69 yards. Chesterman. Off tackle left from the Kansas City 45. He gets it across the line of scrimmage. Rosemick with the tackle, and that's Dave's 100th of the year. As we reach the 2-minute warning, with 2 minutes to go in the first half, Kansas City 7, Seattle nothing in driving. Speaking of driving, this is the drive to the playoffs, Week 16 on Retro Sports Network, brought to you by HockeyTournaments.com. 2nd and 7. Short out to Largent. Zorn back to throw it. He waits. He dumps it down to Largent. Spaney got a hand on it. And so Kansas City has put a vice around Steve Largent here in the first half. And it's 3rd and 7 from the 42 with 1:57 to go. McCullum. We need 7, huh? Short hitch. Zorn back in the pocket. Rolls to his right. He looks down, and Rosemick got a piece of that. And so Seattle can't do much of anything, and they're going to be forced to punt again. Weaver will aim this towards the sidelines. He does. Peyton looks over. It's going to go out of bounds at the 3-yard line. So with 1:45 to go in the half, let's run a pitch to the right, shall we? Let's not say we did. Morgado on a dive from the 3. Across the 5, he gets to the 10 before Roche makes the stop after a gain of 7. So 133. And now they'll pitch it right to Reed. Nope. Uh-oh, this is busted play. Livingston. Roche makes the fumble, And Gregory pounces on it for Seattle. And so Kansas City turns it over. Livingston couldn't handle the snap. And Marv Levy looks disgusted. So first and goal from the 9. 58 seconds left for Seattle. Largent on a short cross. Zorn looks, throws. Largent has a touchdown, Seattle. So 21 for Zorn and 8 on the year for Largent. That's his first catch of the day. And the turnover on the botch snap brings it. It's that in the field is cursed. So why I ran the draw play or the dive play to give him room. So here's Herrera to tie this up. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is right down the middle with 53 seconds to go and a half. We're tied at 7. Herrera boots it. Payton from the 4, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35-yard line with 34 to gain of 31. So 49 seconds left. Marshall on a medium cross on 1st and 10. Livingston has time. He throws over the middle. Marshall has it. He gets it to midfield. Give him 16 yards. And Kansas City will call time. MacArthur Lane comes in with Reed. They'll stay too wide. But we're going to do a little short one in the flat to Lane. You figure 20, 25 yards will give Kansas City a field goal chance. They have one timeout. Lane goes to the far side. Seattle blitzes. Livingston throws. Lane has it. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. And he got 20 yards right there. Clock running, 32 seconds left. And indeed, it's a coin flip field goal here for Kansas City. Now, Dave asked this in the last game. What happens when you change the clock? I won't put the mouse back on, but look in the middle there by the chat box where that field goal percentage is. Right now, it's 49%. But if I did it from the hurry up, it drops to 47%. So it does matter percentages on plays. Dorsey. Marshall. Short slant. 32 seconds left. Livingston waits. He throws. Marshall has it at the 25. He gets it to the 21. It's a gain of 9. And Kansas City will let this run to 2 seconds. And so here comes Stenerud from 38 to end the first half and to give the Chiefs the lead. Stenerud, 65.2% chance. Ane is your snapper, not Rudney. Livingston will hold it. Yes. Here's the kick. Stenerud will hit this one. And at the half, Kansas City 10, Seattle 7. And Seattle gets the ball. Second quarter scoring summary. Well, we had all 10 points in the last 53 seconds. Zorn, a one-play drive after Kansas City fumble. Hit Largent for his first catch, 7-7. Then Stenerud, after a 4-play, 45-yard drive in 47 seconds, boots the Chiefs ahead 10-7 here at the half. Chiefs 18-25, time of possession to the Seahawks 11-35. Seattle will get the ball. Kansas City has 257 yards offense to Seattle's 161. That was a nice drive. You know, I forget. I'm going to have to count how many times I've had teams in the fifth Kansas City game I think I've had. I could now see them winning a playoff game. I don't think they will, but I don't think it would be an upset if they did. This was a team that went 4-12. Stenerud starts off the second half, boots it to the deep man at the 3. 10, 15, 20, 25. Sanders will knock down Crawford at the 27. 14:53 to go. Seattle running right to left in their silver helmets and blue jerseys with white numbers and silver pants. Smith and Testerman are the running backs for Seattle. Sherman, Smith, Largent, and McCollum the wide receivers, and Ron Howard the tight end. Jim Zorn is your quarterback. Smith on a trap to the right from the 27, flag down immediately, and Art still makes the tackle at the line.
Offsetting penalties. Repeat first down.
Well, how can I accept it if it's offsetting? So forget that play ever happened. It didn't happen, like Milton Berle hosting Saturday Night Live. Smith, trap left from the 27, gets it to the 30. Rosemick with the tackle at the 32. 2nd and 5 for Seattle. They trail 10-7. Short hitch to Sam McCollum. Nope. Screen to Sherman Smith on the audible. Zorn waits. Smith has dropped it. He dropped it. Art still hurried Zorn, but Smith was open, and that pass was between the numbers. And it's 3rd and 5. 14:01 to go. McCollum. Short hitch. Zorn back to throw it. He is blitzed, and Parrish gets the sack. A 3-step drop. There wasn't a blitz, but they double Largent, and Don Parrish makes the sack. 4th and 12. And Seattle will punt it from their own 25. Herman Weaver. Payton, going to get a chance to return one finally. Comes in. He'll get this at the 33. 35-40. 45. And there's a flag down.
Offsides. Defense. 5-yard penalty.
They're not going to, they'll take that. That's a return of 14. And so Kansas City sets up from their own 46. 10-7 they lead. Again, I think if they get 20, they win the game. McKnight in for Lane. Reed off tackle right from the 46. Midfield. And Sandefur right there at the midfield stripe. So Reed 10 carries for 70 yards. 2nd and 6 for Kansas City. McKnight will sweep it to the right, to the near side from the midfield marker. He gets to the 45. Green with a tackle right there. And it's 3rd and 1 from the Seattle 45. So again, the Chiefs are averaging 5.5 a carry. Reed on a dive from the 45. 1st down and more. Across the 40. Gregory with a stop at the 39. A gain of 6. Now, Tony Reed ran for 107 against Denver on 15 carries. But after 14 carries, he had 110 yards. I'm not bitter or anything about that game. Not at all. Dorsey. Larry Dorsey. Short out. Livingston back to pass. He looks around. He checks it down to Dorsey. He's got it. Immediately is hit. Well, Webster kind of pushes him around now for a gain of 6. So Livingston is 10 and 12 for 123 yards. And it's 2nd and 4 from the Seattle 33. McKnight. Sweep right to the near side from the 33. Does not get a block. Seattle converges on him in mass for no gain. Ernie Price will get credit for the tackle. But that was a team effort. And so spot it at the 33 would be a 50-yard shot from Stenerud from here. And he's only got a 30% chance of that. So 3rd and 4. White on a short cross. Livingston back to throw. He waits. He tries to find White, but Sandiford tipped it. And Niehaus is ready. And on 4th and 4, they're going to try the field goal. If he misses, Seattle will take over at the spot. So this will be from 50 yards. Ane to snap it. Livingston to hold it. Stenerud right at the edge of his range. That is good. It's good. It's long enough. And Kansas City now leads with 9:42 to go in the third quarter. 13-7. Kick is away by Stenerud. Fielded at the goal line. 10, 15, 20. Crowd likes it. 30, 35.
Holding, receiving
It's coming back.
15-yard penalty.
It's coming back. Dennis Boyd with a hold. And so instead of setting up at their 35, they do from their 15. So the Chiefs have 278 yards. They lead 13-7, 9:34 to go here in the third. Slant to Largent on first down. Zorn has time. He waits. He throws, and Green got a piece of it. Again, with the exception of the touchdown, they have shut down Steve Largent. Testerman. Pitch left. They're going to audible. And again, Smith on a screen pass. Zorn waits. Smith has it at the 9. Line of scrimmage, 20. And Rosemick with a tackle. They're going to measure. Yes, they got it. 1st and 10 from the Seattle 25. They trail 13-7. Under 9 minutes, third quarter. And it's Testerman on a dive from the 25. He gets the legs moving. Whitney Paul makes a stop at the 30. So 2nd and 5 for Jim Zorn and company. Sherman Smith on a sweep to the near side from the 30. And he gets across the line in a couple before Sylvester Hicks saves the first down by holding him to a 4-yard gain. So Smith is 42 on 9 carries. And we're just about 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 3rd and a short 1. Howard and Sawyer are the tight ends. Testerman will go on the dive from the 34. First down to Moore across the 40. Mo Howard makes the tackle. Tom Howard makes the tackle at the 44. A gain of 10. So good running by Seattle there. And they'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 44. As the clock ticks under 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Largent. Short slant. Zorn. Throws. Largent has it at midfield. First down. Across the 45. Spanny makes a tackle up the 40-yard line. And knocking out the Chargers last week, Zorn threw for 268. 21 for 35 with 2 picks and 2 scores. And so for Largent, that's 2 catches for 25. And it's 1st and 10 for the Seahawks from the Kansas City 40. Al Hunter's back in the game. And he'll take one off tackle left from the 40. He gets to the 35-30. First down and more. Collier with a stop at the gain of 13. And again, Steve August, the left tackle, is just making the big blocks. Seattle, playing for pride, is playing awful hard. 1st and 10. Medium out to Sam McCullum. Zorn back to throw. He has wait time. He finds McCullum for a first down inside the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Seattle. That's his 6th of the year. And now Jim Zorn has thrown for over 3,000 yards. Nice drive. 252 yards, or 252 for 469, 3,014 yards, 22 scores and 23 picks. He does not have a pick today. Let's watch the replay. 8 plays, 85 yards. He waited, and that was all McCollum. He caught that at the 15 and waltzed in. Is Andy Reid coaching? Was he with the Seahawks? No, Jack Patera is the coach for Seattle. It was Chuck Knox that got him in the playoffs. So Herrera's extra point is good, and with 4:45 to go in the third quarter, it's Seattle 14, Kansas City 13. And no, it's Marv Levy's first year as coach of Kansas City. As my time management skills are being questioned here. So Herrera kicks it off. Peyton back to his 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 34-yard line. So 4 and 34. Yeah, he's the Chiefs coach. I know that. I think he was with he was in that gaggle of coaches in San Francisco at one point. I think he's a Walsh disciple. So Reed and McKnight are the running backs. Marshall and Dorsey the wide receivers. Seattle leads for the first time, 14-13. 4:38 to go. Third quarter. McKnight trap left from the 34 across the 35. Boyd with a tackle after a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Medium slant to Walter White on 2nd down. Livingston rolls to his right, throws it to Reed across the middle. First down over midfield, 45-40. Cuts corners to the 30, 25-20. Beeson saves a touchdown after a gain of 144. Or 44. Not 144, but 44. And so Livingston held on, found a second receiver, which was Reed. Webster missed him, and then he just kind of juked his way around until Beeson saved the touchdown. Spot the ball at the Seattle 19, 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. So a good combination there. You wouldn't have seen that last week. McKnight hits right from the 19 to the near side. Gets across the 20 to the 15. He cuts it almost to the 10. Green with a tackle after a gain of 8. And so Kansas City not showing any fear after they fell behind. They've just kind of done the hot knife through butter thing. 3 plays and 55 yards. In a minute 44, 2nd and 2. And Reed will go off tackle left. Nope, Seattle's confused and they'll call a timeout. So with 2:44 to go in the third. Seattle leads 14-13. This is the drive to the playoffs on Retro Sports Network, presented by HockeyTournaments.com. So Reed will go trap right from the Seahawk 11. And he waits for his block. He's got the first down. Niehaus will make the tackle at the 8, give him 3. And Reed has 12 carries for 79 yards and 2 catches for 60. So 1st and goal with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Kansas City wants 7. They'll take whatever they can get, but they want 7. Short cross to Walter White is the call. Livingston looks. He throws over the middle. Harris got a hand on it for Seattle. Incomplete. Now Boyd's limping off. He'll be back sometime in the fourth quarter. So 2nd down and 8, or 2nd and goal. Livingston 11 for 15 for 167. And Harris has the deflection. McKnight. Pitch it to the right side. From the 10. And he gets to the line of scrimmage before Price can knock him down. So 3rd and goal. We're going to look at their options, and there just aren't very many good ones. Medium slant to Henry Marshall. So Seattle buttoned down the pass down here short. So let's see what they do. Livingston back to throw it. He waits, and the ball is loose. Herkenhoff has it, and Butler makes the tackle for no gain. Niehaus with the tip, and Herkenhoff caught it. He didn't get any yards for it. It's not turned over, so I won't show it to you again. But Herkenhoff, well, they just kind of handed him the ball and said, there you go, big boy. It's all yours. You've got yourself a reception in the National Football League. Did you get any yards? No, but we don't care. And so Stenerud comes out with a 77% chance of making this from 25 yards. This would put Kansas City back out in front. Livingston will hold it. On and will snap it. From 25, it is up, it is to the left, and no good. And so Jan Stenerud has missed two, and with 30 seconds to go in the third, Seattle 14, Kansas City 13. And in this area, if you missed inside the 20, you got it at the 20. So 1st and 10 there. Sherman Smith will sweep it to the near side. From the 20, 25, 30, almost. Gain of technically 10 on the score sheet, but he's a couple inches short. And so after 3, it is Seattle 14, Kansas City 13. This is Week 16 action on Retro Sports Network, presented exclusively by HockeyTournaments.com. Are you an adult looking to find a tournament in your region to play in? Are you an organizer looking to have teams come to your fine city? Well, HockeyTournaments.com is where you want to go. HockeyTournaments.com. Look them up today. Oh, and I lost the chat. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. For whatever reason, for whatever reason, if I switch scenes more than once in XSplit, I'll lose the chat. Which works great for our sponsor. Oh no, not doing that again. But not for me, the broadcaster. All right. So 1st and 10 as we start the 4th quarter. 2nd and inches for Seattle from their own 30. Al Hunter on a dive from 2nd inches, and he's got the first down to Moore. He breaks across the 40 before Howard can make the tackle after a gain of 11. They even keyed Sherman Smith. They wanted to run. Tom Lynch, the left guard, makes the big hole, and that's how the 4th quarter starts. Seattle sits with a 1-point lead, 14:50 to go. Excuse me. Medium cross to Largent from the 41. Zorn back to throw. Largent has it at the Kansas City 45. He gets to the 40 before Green can make the tackle. Boyd is back for Seattle when Kansas City gets the ball. And now Largent has 3 catches for 44 yards. And the Seahawks have it on the Chief 40. Smith off tackle right from the 40, and he stood right up by Howard. No gain. So 13.5 to go in the fourth in the ball game. A 1-point game. 2nd and 10. Ron Howard. Short slant from Zorn. Kansas City brings the safety blitz. Zorn throws. Howard has it, and he's tackled for a gain of 9 by Gary Barbaro. And so it'll be 3rd and 1 for Seattle from the Kansas City 31. Not great field goal range here, only 44%. They really would like the touchdown. They really want to force Kansas City into needing 2 scores. Hunter will go on the dive from the 31. He reaches, and I don't think he got it. He's just short. And so Al Hunter will get 51 yards. That's a season high for him. And technically he got the 1 on 3rd down, but it's like 0.8. And so from the 30, it's a coin flip field goal, and Seattle can at least force Kansas City to get a touchdown. And so Herrera, I'm literally talking, it's a coin flip. 49.9% chance of making this. From 47 yards indoors. Herrera gets a boot on it, drifting left, and no good. That was close, but it hooked at the end. So it's a 1-point game. 11:20 to go. Kansas City trails 14-13. Don't forget, friends, to hit that like button. And thank you to all of the new subscribers we're picking up. And especially David Little at his Facebook group, Sports Simulations, for all what he's done for the channel. It's all greatly appreciated. He actually had a coin flip chance there, Mr. Gardner. So 1st and 10, Kansas City needs only a point. McKnight. Trap right from their own 30. Gets a hole, gets 2. Price with the stop. 2nd down and 8. Kansas City, again, has done what they needed to on the ground. They just can't translate that into points. Some of that is Stenerud. Most of that's Stenerud. Tony Reed on a trap right. And now Livingston is forced to call time. So 2nd down and 8. Both teams are down to 2 timeouts left. With 10:39 to go in regulation. Reed off tackle left from the 32. He gets to the 33 before Boyd. Nope, no gain at all. Boyd stops him right then and there. And the Chiefs will go 3 wide for the first time today. Gerald McCray isn't going to catch anything, but he's at least out there. So a medium hits to Henry Marshall. Livingston throws it on a hurry to Marshall. He was hit as he threw it, and they got the 1st down. My goodness gracious, a bang-bang play. Livingston was pressured immediately, threw it just before he got nailed, and Marshall just kind of leapt for it and made the play. So 1st and 10 from the Chiefs from their own 40. McKnight. Off tackle right, 1st and 10. Cross the 40-45. He's trying for a 1st down. He won't get there, but Green makes a tackle after a gain of 8. And so 2nd down and 2 for the Chiefs from their own 48. Trap left for Tony Reed. Under 9 to go. 1st down, and he crosses midfield. Gain of 3. Gregory with the stop. And they're into Seattle territory. They're on the 49. A field goal gives them the lead. But Jan Stenerud is not a sure thing. The Chiefs, however, are going to run and run and run. They are the Energizer Bunny. Glad that Al's housework is done so he can join us for the last 8 minutes. McKnight gets the call that you're not supposed to call. Snap is good. McKnight to the sideline, 45. He runs it down to the 41. See, he can get 8 yards on a pitch. He had Nicholson in front directing traffic, too. And so it's 2nd down and 2. And Kansas City has just decided to throw things into as much of a halt as they can. Reed, trap left from the 41. He's got the first down. He gets across the 35, cuts up towards the sidelines, and is hit by Boyd at the 38. And Tony Reed, with that run, now has 1,500 on the year. How about that? 1,500. He's an all-pro. He and Earl Campbell will play on the AFC squad. And he gets a good hand from the strong Kansas City contingent before Morgado runs on the field to replace him. So Morgado and McKnight in the backfield. 1st and 10, under 7.5 to go. Ball spotted at the Seattle 33. And McKnight will run off tackle left or right. He gets across the 30 and a couple more. It's a gain of 5. That's 1,500 on the replay. All those stats you see, 100 tackles or whatever, that's all generated on the replay. So it's a nice touch, especially when you get to an end of a season, to have it. So if you go back and watch the last, if you watch any video and that pop-up pops up in that left-hand corner, those are all in-game stats or replay stats. That's not real life. So a gain of 5, under 7 to go, 6:46 when that play ended. Morgado trapped left from the 28. He gets to the 25, first down, and it gets it to the 20-yard line. So he gets a gain of 8, and we go under 6 minutes. So the Chiefs have now run it 41 times for 211 yards. And they have it at the 20-yard line. 9 plays, 50 yards, and 5:19 taken off the clock. Short out to Henry Marshall. Seattle kind of blitzes. Livingston throws. Marshall has it at the 15. He gets inside the 10. Brown with a tackle at the 7-yard line. A gain of 13. And the clock is stopped with 5:20 to go. From the Seattle 7, 6 catches for Marshall for 75 yards. And Livingston is 14 of 18 for $188. The trap right for McKnight. 1st and goal from the 7. 5:20 to go. McKnight to the 5. McKnight will score. He got his block. He just bared down, and he scored. Seattle keyed Morgado all the way, and the Chiefs, with 5:12 to go, lead it 19-14. They've now forced Seattle to score a touchdown in the last 5 minutes. 11 plays, 70 yards, and 6:08. Let's watch it on the replay. Is this what sends the Chiefs to the playoffs? He just hooked that L and laverned it right in. Maybe he'll go into the sideline and drink some milk and Pepsi on that. Extra point from Stenerud is straight, true, and good. And with 5:12 left, the Chiefs lead the Seahawks 20-14. If they win, they're in the playoffs, and we'll quick play the other 2 AFC games right after. So all we'll have left is NFC games. So Seattle to return. That's if Kansas City wins. Stenerud gets this away. Kick will be taken at the goal line by Crawford. 5, 10, 15, 20. 25-yard line. Spanny with a tackle. Rufus Crawford with a 25-yard return. So Jim Zorn has 75 yards and 5:08 to do it in. They can pretty much run what they want. They only have 2 timeouts. Kansas City has 406 net yards. Pitch left to Smith from the 25. He breaks across to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Under 5 minutes. 2nd and 6. Seattle 29. Hunter on a screen pass. Zorn looking. He waits. He throws. Hunter has it. 24, 30. First down 40, 45. He cuts up to midfield and is tackled by Green. So the Seahawks have 2 plays. They've run 23 yards and taken a minute off the clock. 4 minutes to go. Largent on a short slant. Zorn throws and deflected by Green. And the clock stops. 2nd and 10 from the 48. Thanks, Al. With 3:23 to go. So 23 yards on 3 plays at a minute 45. So Seattle, for as little as this game means, well, it's bits and bytes. They don't know what record and playoffs and fatigue and all that. They're fighting hard. McCollum. Short slant. Zorn back to throw it. Into traffic. Thomas got a hand on it. And it's 3rd and 10. And so we'll see what Sherman Smith can do here. Probably in 4-down territory. Pitch left for Smith to the near side from the 48. He gets across midfield into Kansas City territory. It's a gain of 7. And they're going to go for it on 4th down from here. It's a short 4th and 3. Howard. Short cross. Yes, I'm sure. Zorn has time. He rolls right. He looks around. He checks it down to Hunter, who's got the first down. He got 5. He needed 3, and he got 5. 2:24 to go. Smith on a dive play. Nope, we're going to get to the 2-minute warning. And so Seattle needs 40 yards. They have 2 timeouts left. And they've run a very efficient 6 plays with really just no hurry. But Kansas City, literally their backs are facing the wall. If they can stop the Seahawks, they're going to the playoffs. A lot of running. I started this about 6:10. No, about 6:50. But we've had 66 rushes in this game. That's fast. Largent. Medium slant. Kansas City blitzes. Zorn's in trouble. He flips it around. McCollum has it at the 30. Kansas City with a tackle. Green after a gain of 15. They don't stop it. They don't go to a hurry up. Minute 48. Clock running. Ball on the 25. Again. Short slant to Largent. Zorn to throw it. And Largent has it inside the 20. He's got a first down. Green with a tackle. It's a gain of 12. And again, Seattle isn't going to call a timeout. A minute 20. Clock running. Ball at the 13-yard line. Cross to McCollum. Zorn wants a touchdown. He looks around. He's in the pocket. McCollum has it, and Seattle scores. Zorn hit him with 48 seconds left. What a drive. 9 plays, 75 yards for 4 minutes and 20 seconds. But we're tied. And so we still have to have the extra point. So Herrera can force a field goal. The kick is up. The kick is good. And so Seattle has done what it had to do. They lead with 48 seconds left, 21-20. This is the draw to the playoffs on Retro Sports Network. presented by HockeyTournaments.com. So the Chiefs need a miracle. But you got Eddie Payton back there. And he's going to feel this at the 5. For the 4, 10, 20, 30, 35. He gets it to the 35. A return of 31. They have 2 timeouts. They're at the 35. They only need a field goal. 15. They need 35 yards. It's not impossible. Reed on a short flat. Levy says, get out of bounds. You can't sit there and do that. You got to get out of bounds. So Livingston looks, checks it down to Reed, who's got it. 35-40. Webster with a tackle. It's a gain of 7. He's out of bounds. 30 seconds left. Ball at the 42. So 2nd down and 3. Marshall. Medium out is the call. Livingston to throw it. He waits. He looks. He finds Marshall at midfield. Marshall gets into Seattle territory. He steps out at the 42. That's 10 tackles for Brown. At the Seattle 47. It's a gain of 11. Now he's going to try to throw it over the middle. And so 20 seconds left and 2 timeouts. Long slant to Dorsey. 20 seconds. Livingston is going to get sacked. Gregory makes him fumble it. Beeson recovers, and Seattle's going to win it. Livingston in the prevent, there wasn't anybody open, and Bill Gregory slapped it out of his hands. And Beeson recovers it, and Seattle's going to win it. 12 seconds left, and Seattle is going to force chaos here in the AFC. Smith will run a safe little dive. 12 seconds to go. He gets it to the 45 before Paul makes the stop. 1 timeout left for Kansas City. 5 seconds left. Again, a dive to Smith, and Seattle has won this game. A gain of 2, it does not matter. And so Kansas City finishes the regular season 10-6. They lose their last 2 by heartbreaking turnovers. Would you believe that? And so today it was 21-20 to Seattle. He'll finish the season at 4-12. The scoring in the fourth quarter, well, the third quarter there were 2 scores. Stenerud had the 50-yard field goal to make it 13-7. Then Zorn to McCollum from 27 put Seattle up by 1. Kansas City went back ahead with 5:12 to go on a McKnight 7-yard run, and Seattle with Zorn hit McCollum on a nice play to give them the win. So let's see what this does to the playoff standings. I think Denver won the division. You see that there real quick. So with that, Denver has won the division. So Kansas City is 8-6 in conference. Miami is 7-4 in conference. So if Miami we got to play Miami and New England because it matters for the wild card. So the Chiefs have done their best to choke away the wild card. But we'll sim Pittsburgh and Denver for you real quick. And Denver beats Pittsburgh 24-10. So Denver's 12-4. New England, with that Pittsburgh loss, has clinched home field. They'll have it all the way through. Pittsburgh and Denver will play in a divisional game from Pittsburgh. And we now see, depending on what happens between Kansas City and Miami, if Miami beats New England, and now for New England, that game doesn't mean anything. Miami will play Cleveland. If not, Kansas City will play Cleveland. So we now know the AFC settings. New England on, let's see, that will be a primetime game on the 27th. We'll play the wild card winner. Actually, Cleveland on the 27th. They're at lunchtime. We'll play either Kansas City or Miami at Cleveland. That winner will play New England in the divisional round. And the other AFC divisional game from Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh will play Denver. In the NFC, we're still not sure whether we know Los Angeles and Chicago play each other. We're just not sure when. So tomorrow, Green Bay and Los Angeles, as we go back to the NFC battle. All right, thanks a bunch, everybody. I appreciate everything that you guys do. Hit that like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you the next time.